Hi, my name's Orion Berridge.
And I'm Amy Berridge, and life dumped on us when we lost our first baby when I was 23 weeks pregnant. Orion and I had been married about 4 years, and we decided that we were ready to start a family, and we were very excited. We'd kind of done the married life freedom bit for a few years, and we were ready to have children. And I was having a great pregnancy. I loved being pregnant. I loved all the special attention you get when you're pregnant, and I just was having a great time. It was a very healthy pregnancy. And when I was about 23 weeks along, one morning I woke up and I just wasn't feeling well. But we went to the hospital just to make sure that everything was okay. And when we got there, the nurse hooked me up to the Doppler machine to listen to the baby's heartbeat. And she continued to move it around my stomach for what seemed like an eternity. And finally she just said, everything's probably fine. Sometimes the babies are just too small and you can't pick up the heartbeat very well. And a doctor came in and did a sonogram. And she kind of looked around for a while and then zeroed in on the baby's chest and pointed out the lungs and everything, and then she zeroed in and she said, and this is the baby's heart and it's not beating. And that's when we found out that our baby had died.
You find out that the baby's dead, and the next few things that we learned that, number one, you have to deliver the baby, so you're immediately faced with, what the consequences or what you have to do. It was just an immediate grief and just couldn't believe it. You go home and there's a baby's room that's decorated and has clothes in the closet, and so you're kind of faced with that. You don't even want to go down the hallway type thing. So that was the next few days.
I think every day and every emotion was just so new to us, and not knowing exactly what was the right way to handle any of it. But we really clung to each other during that time. I mean, we just really would spend hours and hours just sitting together and crying, or really leaning on each other, but also just really leaning on the Lord. And I just remember feeling such a peace in our household.
Our baby died in July of '03. About a year later, we had Riley, and she's 5 now, and then a couple years later had Luke, who's 3. Where we are now is a long way from where we were that day, and I don't think you ever fully recover from the death of a baby or surviving cancer or divorce or those things, because the experience becomes a part of who you are. But I think we would tell people is that God does love you. He is for you, and this pain isn't necessarily your fault. And I think that those simple truths are what people really need to hear, especially in the moment.
It's amazing the complete healing that God has to offer, and that there will be a point where you just can hardly even tap into that emotion. I feel like it was a time that life dumped on us, but I can see the redeeming factor in it, that although I don't have the answers as to why it happened, I know that God does have those answers, and I believe in His sovereignty, and I believe that there is a reason, and that whether that's so that we can help others, or whether it was to strengthen our marriage or our walk with Him, or whatever it may be, I believe there is good to come.